Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting into a really insightful piece of devotional writing. It's called Talking About Jesus.
Hmm.
And this isn't, a historical text. It's much more of an intense spiritual roadmap focused entirely on these pleas for revival.
It's a fascinating look at intentional devotion, yeah. I think our mission here is to really break down the structure of these petitions
Right.
and to analyze the very powerful, almost visceral metaphors the author uses to describe this need for deep internal change.
Okay, let's unpack that. The foundation seems to be this dual request for renewal through the Word and the Spirit.
Yes.
The author starts by asking for the truth of your word to breathe life into a weary soul. What exactly is the mechanism there?
Well, the language is just so key. The word isn't treated as something static or academic. It's described as living and active.
Living and active.
Exactly. The prayer is for it to become the pulse of my thoughts and the anchor of my emotions.
It's a pulse and the anchor. That's so specific.
It is. I mean, think about what those metaphors do. It's a request for total cognitive and emotional stability. The idea is that the word has to fundamentally rewire your inner world.
If the word is the anchor, the thing that stabilizes, then what's the activating force? Because the text shifts gears completely. It asks for the freshness of your spirit to fall like rain upon dry ground.
And this is where you see this really radical theological point being made. The text forces you to ask, where does real strength even come from?
Okay.
And it's very clear. True strength, it says, never comes from my determination.
Right, not from just gritting your teeth and trying harder.
Not at all. The whole takeaway is that revival is defined here as a total rejection of self-reliance. It's an entirely grace-dependent process that comes from your presence dwelling and working in me.
So it's a plea for divine enablement, not self-help.
Precisely.
Then the text takes a sharp turn. After all this seeking for renewal, it pivots to confronting, of all things, lukewarmness. Is the suggestion that complacency is a bigger threat than, say, outright opposition?
That's a great question. And yeah, I think so. Complacency, what it calls the lukewarm heart, is treated like this quiet killer. The request is for the light of your righteousness to shine into those hidden places, to expose what I have ignored and cleanse what I have excused.
So it's about a kind of profound moral clarity.
It is. It's a total rejection of comfortable, half-hearted devotion.
And that light, it seems, has to ignite something. The text moves from cleansing to ignition, the fire of your holiness.
Yes, and this is where it gets really interesting, because that fire isn't just for you.
It's not just personal.
No, it's explicitly outward-facing. The prayer is for this fire to ignite love, not just for God, but also for the souls who do not yet know you.
So the internal work immediately fuels an external mission.
Immediately. This fire is supposed to compel you toward the lost, the hurting, the wandering, and that requires both compassion and, boldness.
So let's bring it all together. If these prayers for the Word, the Spirit, and the fire are answered, what does the renewed life look like on a Tuesday morning?
The practical result is defined by 3 very simple, immediate actions. You become quick to repent, eager to worship, and ready to serve.
Quick, eager, and ready.
Yeah. And the ultimate goal of all this massive internal change, it's not personal comfort. It's not some emotional high.
Right.
The purpose is stated so clearly so that your light would shine through me into a world desperate for hope. Your life becomes the testimony.
So what we've really distilled here is a cycle. You seek life through the Word, strength from the Spirit, purification by the fire.
Which all leads to a life that becomes a living testimony of that restoring power.
Yeah. And that really leaves us with a challenging thought.
It does. I mean, if we connect this to the bigger picture, the source material forces us to consider, what does it actually mean for your life to become a vessel through which holiness can shine? The real question this text leaves you with is how seeking such an intense personal revival has an immediate impact on the world desperate for hope right outside your door.